Thank you for staying with us this lovely Saturday morning. We're going to be looking at the Eko Excel initiative now. That's an initiative which was launched in 2019 by the governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu. And the aim is to develop more highly skilled teachers for public schools and to enhance basic education in Lagos, as well as to enhance the curriculum as well. Well, I don't know anything about all that, but we have someone who's going to give us all the details in the studio. It's my pleasure to welcome Honorable Adebayo Adefuye, who's permanent board member, Lagos State Subeb, in charge of special projects, including Eko Excel. Good morning.
Good morning.
And thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. So this initiative was launched 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Right. So far, what has changed in in the education system in Lagos State?
Okay. First of all, it's an initiative of Mr. Governor, and he's wanted public schools to be #1 nationally and globally competitive. So Eko Excel is
Globally?
Yes, globally competitive. Okay. Eko Excel is Excellence in Child Education and Learning. Eko stands for Lagos, as we all know. Now, what we're doing is leveraging on technology to improve the skills of our teachers and greatly enhance the learning outcomes of our pupils. The teachers are given tablets, digital tablets. By these tablets, they can take attendance, they can enter test score, assessment scores, like exam scores and all that. They can enter information about the pupils and the parents, and every information that you need about the classroom is captured on the tablet. Now, the head teacher is given a smartphone. This smartphone helps to geolocate the school, #1, and then in the morning they sync with the smartphone. And when you sync with the smartphone, every information is uploaded to our servers, where we have access to this information through a digital dashboard that key personnel are given access to. And this we use this data to help and enhance the work of monitoring our schools. And from this data, we can carry out investigations and everything is now data driven, and the data really helps us. Now, what we have here is that there were some KPIs before the advent of Eko Excel. There were some KPIs, that's the key performance indicators, which were the teacher attendance, teacher time on task, teacher content knowledge, and also teacher motivation. These 4 main KPIs affected learning outcomes before Eko Excel came on board. Okay. And when Eko Excel came on board, it provided a digital technology platform for digitally transparent instructional delivery and classroom and school management. It provided instructional content, which was continually being adapted to fit Lagos. Okay. It provided 360-degree teams which support our teachers, and also everything that we need
for the teachers.
For the teachers.
Now, if you don't mind me butting in, Honourable, one of the things it will seem like Eko Excel is targeted more for the teachers, so that we can have the kind of outcomes we expect from the pupils, right?
Yes.
Now, those are for teachers who are already in the system. Is there any element of this program that also monitors the capacity or not of the teachers who will be able to take on this, who will be able to key into this program? Because, I mean, if we take on teachers that don't even know how to use technology in the first place, it's going to be a problem, isn't it?
Well, there's extensive multi-day training that the teachers go through. And when the teachers go through this training, they are well trained on lesson delivery, creative lesson delivery, to garner the interest and maintain the focus of our pupils. We also have mentors and coaches who go around to help those teachers visit those teachers in the classroom at least 3 times in a month. Now, when they visit these teachers, they ensure that they observe them and make sure that they are doing what they're supposed to do and delivering the lessons with the right intention. They observe the pupils as well. They see that they are receiving the needed impact, and it's having the impact that it's having on them. So they are concerned about the optimal performance of the teacher and the pupils as well in the classrooms.
How is the progress of the teachers evaluated?
Progress of the teachers?
The teachers themselves, yes.
Well, the progress is evaluated. Like I said, these mentors go around, and when they go around, they look at the teachers. There are different evaluation techniques that we have. You have the scores. You know, you can take the average from term 1, term 2, make a comparison. Okay, the average has gone up or down. That allows you to evaluate the teacher. And also the general energy levels in the classrooms.
So the teachers are being continually evaluated as they go along.
We always must make sure that the teachers are always on point and delivering as they should. So they're always continually evaluated. They're always motivated. We have ways of motivating them by, sometimes we try to celebrate those who are doing well by making sure that everybody in all the LGAs know that, okay, this particular LGA, they have performed well here, this particular teacher has performed well. So that push is done to all the tablets, so everybody everywhere. So when you see your colleagues being celebrated, you want to achieve maximum performance.
So in 2 years, have you noticed any impact on the students' performance?
Yes, there has been. The learning outcomes have been very impressive. In fact, in terms of assessment, there's this. If we keep on talking about our own assessment, it'll be like blowing our own trumpet. There's an independent organization known as the Education Partnership. They have carried out an independent assessment of Eko Excel, and they have come up with that it's 3 times faster the rate of learning in terms of literacy in our Eko Excel schools as compared to non-Eko Excel schools, then 2 times the rate of learning in numeracy in our Eko Excel schools as compared to non-Eko Excel schools. And also we are at the current rate we are going, by primary 4 we'll have tripled the number of very proficient readers. And proficiency is very important in literacy and numeracy. Literacy and numeracy is actually the bedrock and the foundation of learning, because literacy, you must be able to read and write and understand what you are reading and what you are writing. And then numeracy, you have to be able to work with numbers. All your life you will encounter numbers, and that foundation must be solid and sacrosanct.
I'm happy you're talking about the teachers, sincerely, because if we don't get it right at the teachers' point, some of those students are also going to become teachers themselves. So there might be a problem. But then, even these teachers, some of them have complained that the timetable is too packed and that the workload is so much that they get no breather.
Well,
that
is, I beg to differ on that, because I know for a fact that there are 2 major break periods within the day that they have. One, after the first 2 periods, there's a 10-minute recess. After the first 4 periods, there's a 25-minute break. Now, these 2 breaks, you can do what you need to
have. That if you did those times,
to gather yourself,
they're also getting ready for the next class
and have a breather. Also, apart from these 2 major breaks, at the beginning of the day, you have 5 minutes time to prep, which is even advised on the tablet. You have 5 minutes time to prep for your day. You also have at the end of the day, there's a 20-minute prep time where you're allowed to preview your lesson plans and prepare yourself for the next day. So the question of breather does not even come into it.
Okay, how about the criticisms of the program that part of which is that it does not align with the curriculum, no textbooks for all the subjects, including local languages, and little room for assessments of work at night and all of those things?
Well, the curriculum and the content which is sent to all the tablets is based on the Lagos State scheme of work. And this scheme of work is in line and in tandem with the national curriculum. Now, all subjects in the syllabus, including Yoruba, are you have all lesson content, and every period of the day we have content which is delivered and timed for the teachers. Now, when you're talking about the textbooks, workbooks, practice books, and the sort are all delivered free to the pupils. The teachers are given instructional material and further resources that will help with their lesson delivery. And they are also, when you say, you mentioned stifling of creativity. Now, I know that...
No, I'm coming to that. The one that I want to talk about is the criticism that it doesn't doesn't align with curriculum, had no textbooks for all subjects and local languages and all of that. That's the one I just
Okay, so like I said, Yoruba has content there and it's there. The textbooks are given to workbooks, practice books. They're all aligned to the syllabus, and they're provided for each child. Okay. Now, everything concerning the subjects are scientifically based and planned. Okay. The contents are scientifically designed to have that effect. So when the teacher delivers them in the creative way that we expect them to deliver them, they have the needed impact on the children. Okay. Now, in terms of classroom management skills, we have found that children learn better in a fun-friendly environment as opposed to over seriousness, which makes the schooling look like a chore. So instead of making it look like a chore, let's make it something they want to come.
Is that
there's something I personally call the smartphone principle. It's my own principle. I say, if you give a child a smartphone, on his own, he's going to learn how to use that smartphone, and you'll be surprised what he'll come up with.
He will teach you how to use your own smartphone.
Your own smartphone. He will tell you this. Why? Because he's interested in the smartphone. Yeah. And because he's interested, he goes out of the way, he's focused. And you know, children, they have very little attention span. And to get better attention span for them, you must put up things that intrigue them. That is why the classroom management, you have cheers, energizers, things that keep them attentive. Like, for example, if a teacher knows that the energy level in this class is falling, he could initiate an energizer, something to revive and bring back up the energy levels within the class. Okay.
You wanted to talk about the stifling of creativity. It's one of the other criticisms that has come. What is your take on that it stifles creativity? I'm surprised that will even come to play, given some of these things that you have said now. But
when you talk about stifling of creativity, yeah, I laugh sometimes when I hear that, because I know that technology enhances creativity. Let me give you an example.
That's assuming that teachers have fallen into the habit of using the technology which you have introduced to them.
But humor me, just listen to this. Now, I'm sure you both at one time or the other read the news. Now, when you were reading in the old days, you wrote your news down on paper, you read it from the paper and all that. Then as your editor comes in one day and says, okay, you don't need to read from the paper anymore. All you need to do is look at the screen and read from the teleprompter. Have I in any way stifled your creativity?
No, there is no creativity in news.
So
only in the delivery of the news.
You cannot give what you don't have. Naturally, creative people will always be creative, no matter what circumstances.
So it depends on the teacher now.
Now, we also have tips and messages that are pushed to help the teacher alone on the tablet. We encourage them to be creative in their lesson delivery. We encourage them to use instructional material that are imaginative and creative as well, so that the children can get the best from the lesson. Now, these instructional materials, for example, I've been in the class, observed the class before, where the teacher brought in rocks. We wanted to talk about the different types of rocks there were, and he brought in different types of rocks to show them. Now, the thing there is that from the inception of, before the inception of Eko Excel, we had already envisaged some teething problems. Now, these teething problems, we divided them into 5 stages. The first stage is post-training excitement. Now, in this way, there are high expectations. You just come off training, there's a new methodology, you want to get to class, and then immediately start using the skills you have learned. Newfound skills. The second stage are early classroom jitters. Now, with these early classroom jitters, now you're trying, you're feeling a bit overwhelmed, there are tech glitches, network issues, what have you, and it starts to tremble a bit. We have envisaged all this. Okay. Now, the third stage is the pressure-filled concerns. Here, you are becoming more conscious of tracking. Of course, by now, absenteeism has dropped down. Then you now realize what exactly is going on. You have to put in your best, and if some teachers are not used to putting in their best, this can be a bit of the culture shift and change for them. Sorry, please, let me just get to the end of it.
We're running out of time. I need to put in this one. You've talked a little about the students. Do you get feedback from the students themselves?
Yes, every teacher is supported and encouraged to get individual feedback
from the students,
from the pupils.
Very good. And what kind of, on the scale of 1 to 10, what kind of responses have you gotten?
From the pupils, those feedback are what allow us to know that it's having great impact on them.
Okay. And lastly, what are the plans for sustainability of Eko Excel? Now,
Eko Excel we have a technical partner, New Globe, and Lagos State government. We're working hand in hand.
Where's New Globe from?
New Globe is a Nigerian international company. Okay. So we have a transition plan. Okay. Now, this transition plan sees them handing over everything, like technology and what have you, over to Lagos State. Now, all the departments of SUBEB, since SUBEB is the one driving the program, are engaged in this transition. Whatever applies to your department, you are monitoring it, you are making sure that there's an effective transfer and an effective transition, so that by the time the technical partner leaves, what you have is standing on its own alone, and we even aim for it to even be better than when the technical partners were here.
Just a quick one. There are a number of people who are wondering what is Eko Excel about. Do you have a website that people can get to?
Yes, ekoexcel.ng is the website for Eko Excel.
That's simple.
Just that simple. ekoexcel.ng.
Eko Excel.
Yes. There it is on the screen.
That's what you have on the screen right now.
Eko Excel. ekoexcel.ng. Should you require any more information about Eko Excel?
So I'm pretty sure that Honorable has not said everything that you need to hear, but this will probably take more than 15 minutes if you sit at that website
and get all the information that you require. Thank you very much, Honorable Adebayo Adefuye, who's permanent board member, Lagos State SUBEB, in charge of special projects, including Eko Excel. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for
coming to enlighten us today. We wish you all the best, and it's for the country's best that our educational system should begin to see some kind of turnaround.
Yes, it is.
So congratulations on Eko Excel.
Thank you very much.
Sunrise will return in just a moment. Do stay with us.